Good afternoon, and welcome back to another episode of Touchdown Talk, College Football Edition. We're back with week 4 of college football. Game tonight, 2 games tomorrow night, and then the Saturday slate. Nothing as crazy this time. Last week we really got spoiled with a good week 3, early week of college football, or of the college football season, so still some highlight games, still some good games, but I don't know if they'll live up to the hype of last week. Only time will tell. We have some more conference games starting up. I wouldn't say it's really the kickoff of it. That's more likely next week or the following week. But still some conference games headlining the whole slate. How about we just go ahead and jump into it then, shall we? I've got one bet on Friday night, and that is Iowa versus Rutgers. Gross. And that's exactly what I'm taking, is the under 45.5. I just think, you got Mark Gronowski as Iowa's quarterback, who's 37 for 63 for 3 touchdowns and 1 interception on the season, and has 306 passing yards through 3 games. That's averaging 102 yards per game. They're gonna have a solid defense like they always are under Kirk Ferentz. That's kind of their specialty. They'll pin you close to the goal line and they will make you go 95 yards. Now on the other side of the ball for Rutgers, you got Athan Kaliakmanis. Don't know if I'm saying that right. But he's been a different story. He is 62 for 85, 820 passing yards, and 7 touchdowns. Where their running back has also got 43 touches, Antoine Raymond, 43 carries, 248 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So it's an offense that can score, but it's against a defense who is very good at stopping you from scoring. I think Rutgers come away with this win, but I expect a low-scoring, ugly game. I think 20-17, maybe even like a 21-17. Maybe Rutgers score 3 times. But around this spread, and I'm sticking low, I think, Iowa's a grinded-out type of team. They're going to run the ball. They're going to pass for short yardage. They're going to keep moving the sticks, and they're going to take 8 minutes per drive. That's just the way it's been. That's how it was for Iowa State. Against Albany, it is what it is there. It's kind of glaringly obvious. Any game Iowa's involved in, you're going to take an under. Moving on, that was the only game I have on a Thursday or Friday game. So we're moving to Saturday now. And it's Saturday, 11 a.m., big noon kickoff. I got Texas Tech versus Utah in what I think is the Big 12 championship game during the regular season. This is going to be a fun game. A lot of high-powered offense going on. If this was a night game at Utah, this is a little bit different story, but I'm going to take Texas Tech plus 3.5. Baron Morton, he's been the part this year. He's got 57. He's 57 for 81, 923 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 1 interception. You can't ask for much more out of them. They're going to be an air raid offense, so it's exactly what you would expect out of Texas Tech. And they have bolstered a lot of money into this roster and the future rosters that they went out and got guys. They kept Micah Hudson around after he left Texas Tech to go to Texas A&M and then end up coming back. But really, I lean Texas Tech just strictly off of this isn't a night game in Utah. The crowd will still be loud, but it's 11 a.m. kickoff. So on the other side, I'm really high on Devin Dampier, 65 for 89, 628 passing yards, 7 touchdowns to go along with being the leading rusher for Utah. 33 carries, 198, and a touchdown on the ground. I think both offenses are going to have fireworks this game. I think they're going to explode. I think it's going to be a really good game. And that leads me to believe that in a high scoring affair, it's going to be somewhere around 38-35 type of ball game. I think that spread stays pretty close. And that's just me. But either one, you can't go wrong with Texas Tech spread. But if you want to feel more confident, take the over at 56.5. One of our next games we have at 11 a.m. as well. UNLV traveling to Miami of Ohio. UNLV 3-0 under Dan Mullen, playing an 0-2 Miami, Ohio. And this spread is -2.5. Seems a little fishy, and a 50.5 over-under total. It seems a little fishy for a 3-0 team to go. I mean, granted, you are going from Las Vegas to Ohio, so the travel does hurt there, but Anthony Colandrea has been pretty solid, filling the role of Haj Malik Williams. 49 for 65, 647 passing yards, and 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. But they're more of a, I mean, they're kind of split. You know, their offense gives a good share of pass first, run next, where, what's his name? Jaden Thomas, their running back, has 32 carries, 273 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So really, they have a good split as to, hey, we're going to throw the ball, and we're going to throw the ball often. But at the same time, you know, they haven't really played too many teams. Idaho State squeaked out a win, just kind of a gross, gritty game that they needed to get under their belt. Then they go to Sam Houston, win by 17, and then beat UNLV or UCLA by 7 last week. Or 2 weeks ago, excuse me. So it has been closer for these games, but 2.5 point spread just feels not right with it. And I mean, there could be something I'm not seeing, but their defense has been pretty solid since the first week. 50.5, this game would be, I'd say, an under. You know, and you're thinking, why didn't you take the UNLV money line at -130 or whatever it is, 135, 140? You start getting to out of value territory. -2.5, I feel like this UNLV team should cover that against a inferior Miami of Ohio team, even at their place. So really, it's up to you there. I took UNLV -2.5. Yeah, that's what I lean there. Then you got another 11 a.m. game. Last one, I swear, on the 11 o'clock games. North Texas going to Army. Army getting a big win against Kansas State, has the week off after. North Texas 3-0 going to Army and is a 2-point favorite. Now, as we know, Army is a run first and run often type of team. But North Texas quarterback Drew Mestemaker has been looking really, really solid. 66 for 94, 764 yards, and 9 touchdown passes. They're going to throw the ball a lot more. Can Army's defensive backs stop the run, really? I mean, I don't expect them, or stop the pass. Did I say that wrong? I'm sorry. I would not expect that Army can stop them often. And if North Texas commits to the run and can stop the run, then it makes a long game for Army because their leading rusher is their quarterback, 49 carries for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, he's touching 50 through 2 games, 50 carries through 2 games. That's an 80-20 split of your offense being, hey, we're going to run the triple option, wishbone, all that, dead T, and we're going to surprise you with 2 throws a game. Now, if your offense, North Texas, is clicking, then those 2 throws a game where they maybe give up chunk plays is not going to affect you as much. You may give up a touchdown here and there, but if you can commit to the run, then I see you coming away with a 28-20 win. I that was one where if it becomes a 1-point game, I have North Texas -2. If it becomes a 1-point game and ends that way, I'm going to regret taking the money line. But it's the same way as UNLV was with Miami of Ohio. So, moving on to our next game. It is at 2:30, and it is Michigan versus Nebraska in what is one of the biggest games of the season for both teams. Now, you have Michigan coming in there favored at -2.5. In what is always a sellout crowd. I mean, I don't know the last time that Nebraska wasn't 3-9 and didn't have 80,000 fans there. So you look at this game and you wonder, does Bryce Underwood come to his true form in this game? You saw plays last weekend, but really the OU game, which is their biggest opponent they've played until Nebraska, bottled him up all game. I mean, he did not look comfortable in the pocket at all, was not able to throw. And so really, can Nebraska's defense do the same as what's been affecting Bryce Underwood this whole season? I mean, he hasn't been great. He's just above 50% completion percentage, but I mean, Justice Haynes has 49 carries, 388 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season. So he's really bolstering your offense. He's carrying it right now for as much as he can. But then on the other side, you got Dylan Raiola, 72 for 94, 829 passing yards, and 8 touchdowns. And Dane Key's his favorite target, and he only has 13 receptions, for 190 yards, and is the leading receiver. I expect Dane Key to be a big focal point in this passing game this season, or in this game, against a stout Michigan defense, which we all know, and a secondary that has some questions, bringing in transfers, losing Will Johnson, your top corner, the top corner in the draft this year. I don't know. The home dog always screams, take it. And I think Nebraska is going to be up for this game because, I mean, they have to be. This is the biggest game of your season so far. And if you lose this, what kind of trajectory does it send your team into? I mean, how does Dylan Raiola look in this game? Because if he looks shaky, imagine all these other Big Ten defenses you're about to face. Not much better. So I expect him to have a big game. I really do. I expect this Nebraska offense to come out firing. So give me I was looking at the wrong thing. Give me Nebraska +2.5 versus Michigan, and give me them outright as well. Give me the upset, if you want to call it. But yeah, give me Nebraska there. The game of the week, the headline of the week, the story of the week. Auburn, Jackson Arnold returning to OU in a ranked top 25 matchup. OU number 11, Auburn 22. John Mateer looking like the Heisman frontrunner, where Jackson Arnold, on the other hand, has not really been too much of a passer, as they've been more of a running team, which you're saying that's crazy because you got Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton, and a bunch of other weapons to throw to. So it really doesn't make any sense. But you look at the teams that Auburn has played. Baylor, not a very good defense. Ball State, you did what you were supposed to, 42-3. And then South Alabama, 31-15. You should have been able to get a little more passing going on in those two games, especially. I mean, if OU's defense can get a lot of pressure to Jackson Arnold and can contain the run this game and force him to throw, it may be a long game for Auburn. That 6.5 could look like 13.5. It could look like a 2-touchdown game. I mean, the spread's already rising. We've already seen it. So, can you stop John Mateer? Because frankly, nobody's been able to right now. I mean, he has looked. Him and Taylor Green are the top two quarterbacks in the SEC, and I think John Mateer, I'm giving him a little edge even over my quarterback. You know, as much as I want to hit on this game, I mean, I think a lot of the sides favor Oklahoma, where I am putting a lot of finances on OU minus 6.5. Grabbed it before it went up to 7.5, and yeah, I just think I mean I don't even know really what to say. I think the crown here is going to be crazy again. 2 weeks later, after another crazy crown and environment, that Auburn has to come out of the gate firing, or else this thing could get lopsided pretty quick. If this is the same OU team that has been um, here to play the past 3 weeks, really. I mean, if they have the same defense and same performance against Michigan as they do here for Auburn this weekend, yeah, you're going to be looking at a pretty lopsided game. Moving on to our next game, which may be a final game. No, one more game after. This one, Georgia Tech versus Temple. Georgia Tech, really high on this year. I've said it in about every video. Big win against Clemson. But this game just, screams a little hangover from that big win. Now, if they prove me wrong, then they're going to be on track to do well this year. But I think Temple coming in here, you're giving them a 24-point spread. I think that's too many points for an offense in Temple that isn't terrible, you know. Now, who they've played, they got killed against Oklahoma, 42-3. They killed Howard, 55-7, and then beat UMass, 42-10. So really, it's can your offense stay on the field long enough to not let Georgia Tech run 8 to 10 minute drives and run the ball down your throat and keep running and end up with a score? Because ultimately, I don't know if Temple's defense can stop them. That's why it's a 24-point spread. But at the same time, I think, hey, Temple comes out first drive, has the ball, scores. It kind of is a little slap in the face to Georgia Tech there, saying, "Oh, hey, we need to lock back in," and then you're playing catch up with Georgia, or if you're Georgia Tech, and so really a lot of question marks there. I think it's too many points. If we see Georgia Tech come out of the gate and just stomp them in the first half, then this Georgia Tech team is very focused, very resilient, I guess, to the big win hangover, where, hey, this year could be one of their years, you know? So we'll just see. The last game that I'm going to talk about that I have a bet on is Baylor versus Arizona State. Both teams 2-1, both losing the SEC schools in their matchup. Sawyer Robertson is really what I'm banking on this game. 84 for 135, 1,070 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. He's looking like another Heisman candidate early in the season. And against an Arizona State defense and offense that has kind of lost a lot, because you look at this Arizona State offense without Cam Scatterbo, looks completely different from what you saw last year. I mean, it is not the same team at all. Sam Levitt, 50 for 86, 527 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, yeah, you're having to rely more on him because of the expectations this year, but also you got guys like Jordan Tyson to throw the ball to. So you're expecting to throw the ball. Now, granted, this Baylor defense is not great either. So I expect a high scoring game. It's 59.5. I'd even take the over on that. But give me Baylor money line here at minus 130, 2.5, and this game seems a little sketch. Just because it could be a 1 or 2 point ball game. But really, I expect this Baylor team in a night game at home to come out firing on all cylinders. I expect Sawyer Robertson to look the part that he's been all season. So give me Baylor to win and win by 6 or 7, a touchdown. So other big games, no bets on, just want to enjoy. Not really too crazy of a slate this week, but that's okay. We can't have great slates every week. Still a good slate. Still college football. I mean, that's what we got. So, guys, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, leave a like. It means a lot to me. It keeps me going, for other content you guys may want to see. Let me know down below as well if you guys want to hear something else instead of just always previews, predictions, and recaps, and best bets. But yeah, other than that, that is all I have for us today, and I will talk to you guys hopefully Monday or Tuesday. See y'all.